The transition from a bustling job to the quietish chaos of home can be a seismic shift. For many, the decision to become a stay-at-home parent is filled with love and purpose, but it's also filled with unexpected challenges. For some, it is a heart's desire that is fulfilled. But others, it's because the cost of childcare outweighs the income earned or the hours spent away from your children. It really is more than just trading in, your good shoes for your slippers and flip-flops, your nice outfits for, your comfy pants. It's a complete overhaul, really, of identity, routine, and maybe even your sanity. Hi, and welcome to Learning Life, and thank you so much for joining me today. Are you a new or wannabe stay-at-home parent? Now, I do say parent because we have found ourselves moving away from the tradition, like of the 1950s and 60s, when it was the mum who just stayed at home. We are seeing more and more dads who want to be that stay-at-home parent, and I love that. I really just think this is great. It's whomever is, the one that wants to do it. And so I want to look at some of the challenges of this change and then, how we find that joy and really that balance in being a stay-at-home parent. And I want to say thank you for watching and for liking. If you get something out of this video, why not like it? Or subscribe and know when more videos are coming out. And really thank you for being part of this learning life. When I became a stay-at-home mum, it was a bigger challenge than I thought. I was all excited for it. It had something that I had been hoping for in a long time. And then it happened, and it was, I really actually need to take some time to process the challenges of being a stay-at-home parent. So at first, it might feel like a dream come true. We can call this like our honeymoon phase because, we're excited. We don't have deadlines. We're not commuting. This is, I get to cuddle. We get more playtime. But then really that reality sets in because we find the days are long, the nights are long, and the work never truly ends. But in that, there are no performance reviews unless your children want to review you. My girls review me quite regularly on their own, not asked. We're not getting promotions. We're just doing laundry and meal prep. And in that, there is that nagging feeling that maybe somehow you're not doing enough. And there is that loss of identity. For many, your career is a significant part of your identity. Now, I've loved being a teacher. I loved the work that I've done as a children's minister, but I didn't think that was part of my identity, but suddenly it was gone and it was replaced with mum, which is beautiful, but I also felt a loss. And for many, you're feeling that loss. We're now focusing more on our children, and are we disappearing? I've suddenly felt like I was just doing everything for everybody else, and where was I in this? And that was a challenge that I really had to overcome. I didn't expect that. I really didn't. And it also can be incredibly isolating when you're just surrounded by your beautiful, tiny little humans, but they're demanding your attention. And we need adult conversation too, even us introverts. We need that intellectual stimulation. And when we haven't had other adults, like, we're at work and we can just chat with another adult, it actually can be hard to adjust to not having that unless we are going out of our way to go and connect with other adults. The work of a stay-at-home parent often feels like invisible. And I have seen like the memes and people talking about what is a stay-at-home parent worth. Like if we were to add up all the different jobs they do, how much would their take-home pay be a year? It's huge. But really, that stay-at-home becomes unseen. And we're not doing reports, and we're not having all these results sort of thing, just that cycle of tasks. And it feels unappreciated or underappreciated. It's easy for others to assume that you do nothing all day, which can be incredibly hurtful. And now I don't think that my husband thinks I do nothing all day, but I've actually had friends' husbands who have said that to them, like, well, what do you do all day? You're just at home all day. Not helpful. We do a lot, and we have kept tiny humans alive. Like, that's a good thing. So we have to be careful of that and, what we're saying in it. Maybe one of your challenges really is going from the 2 incomes to 1. That can be a huge adjustment. Now are we looking at financial pressure, really like doubling down like on budget and spending? Can that stay-at-home parent feel like that they are being a dependent? I struggled because it's like, well, I've always contributed to our family, like income. And now I'm not, except for what I bring in from these videos and the other things that I do, and I'm not having a paycheck. And it's like, well, I want to contribute, and having to shift in that financial, like how I am contributing otherwise. But for some, that finances can really be that challenge. And being a stay-at-home parent is emotional. It's up, it's down. We get all of that often within a very short time period. The roller coaster of it all. There's that self-doubt, like feeling like that you're failing, you're not good enough. I get that constantly. I second guess myself a lot and feel like, am I failing in this? Am I good enough? Like, I am living my dream, but am I worthy of my dream? This, it really can be a challenge, like to sift through that. And you are going to have to go through these phases, and you're going to have to think through these things and maybe work through these things. But we can reclaim our joy, and we can find our balance. Finding your balance. It's not all doom and gloom. It's not. Challenges, yes, but they're just challenges, and we can navigate them, and we can find joy in our role as a stay-at-home parent. Even the small moments of me time can make a huge difference. I have trained my girls from a young age that mummy needs to be alone. And as they've gotten older, I can use this, I'm overstimulated, I need a break. That is not a cue of mummy's going to the bathroom, it's time for family meeting, which seems to happen. But just even those little moments that I can take a breath is great. And we do need to find our tribe, our support system, our village, whatever we want to call it, people that we can text, people that we can call or meet up and hang out with so that we feel supported. And can we find ways to engage in activities that are going to bring joy, to bring that fulfillment? For me, that's being able to just sit and play piano for a while. That brings me comfort. It brings me joy. Or maybe it's reading. Maybe you love jogging and running. Good for you. And so you get out and do that. When we have a little something that we can do that feeds our soul, that is great. And let's not forget to talk to our partners about our feelings and needs. I find this hard. I still struggle to think that it's selfish to talk about my feelings and needs, but I have to be honest in this, especially as things have changed and I feel like, well, I'm doing this, and this, and I don't want it to just be like that I'm going to rattle off a whole list all the time. We have to talk about it so that we can set realistic expectations, because This might be shocking, but we can't be perfect all the time. I would love to be. I would love to be perfect all the time, but we can't. It's just not going to happen. But let's acknowledge our hard work. Let's appreciate the small victories. When we can do that, we can find our balance. Taking that time, doing these little things will bring back our joy, and we will find that balance. The journey, and it is a journey from working to stay at home, it is challenging. I'm going to be honest. But ultimately, yes, it is a rewarding one. It's a journey of growth, of being resilient, and even discovering a new version of yourself. But remember, you are not alone, and you are doing a fantastic job. Do you have any little things that you like to do as a stay-at-home parent to bring you joy? Or, something that you've done to overcome a challenge? When we share this, we can help each other to learn in this life together. So shoot a comment below. I would love to know what you do, because it might spark an idea for me as well. Because you know what? I want to get better at this too, and feel like that I have overcome all of these challenges. And I want to thank you for watching today and being part of this Learning Life. You can help to bring these videos out, and you can do that by becoming a champion. So you can check that out at patreon.com or at my website, LearningThis.Life.